Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell with the Cattle Site, and today we're here with Dr. Eric Moore. He is the Director of Technical Services at Bimeda. Thanks for being with us today, Eric.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Very good. And today, Eric and I are in Nashville, Tennessee at the NCBA CattleCon event that's being held here, and it's 2026. So super excited to get to visit with you again this year.
Yeah, it's a standing tradition. We're here every year.
Absolutely. And we'll be here next year because the conference is going to be in Nashville, which is kind of nice. You kind of know what you're getting into. So very good. Let's start, Eric, with a little bit of an overview of Bimeda. Tell us a little bit about the company.
Well, Bimeda is a family-owned company out of Ireland. It's 65 years old, focusing on food animal production, medications, dewormers, vaccines, secure cattle. We have bovine appeasing pheromone. Really a company that is probably the most known, least heard about in the food animal production world. So we are just basically a group of guys that have been in the business a long time. A lot of our employees are active in cattle activities, cattle business.
Right.
So it's really one that it's a small family-owned company that's trying to make a splash.
Very good. And people can see a few of the things right here behind us, which is kind of nice to get
Absolutely. And you can see we cover both, basically all categories. If we have something wrong with a food production animal, we have antibiotics, dewormers, vaccines, and then stress relieving. So.
Very good. Excellent. Well, let's talk a little bit about parasites. What's the emerging cost of parasites on the farm, Eric?
You know, when we talk outside New World screwworm, which is a big talk, we still have to worry about internal parasites in our operations and in our cattle. And when we talk about internal parasites, we often think about it causes irritation in the gut, weight loss and everything, but there's another factor to it too, and it really causes a dysbiosis within the immune system. And by dysbiosis, I mean it's an imbalance. So the immune system reacts towards different types of things. There's a couple different arms of the immune system, and so the immune system that reacts to parasites actually is different than the one that reacts to viruses and those other diseases we have, and so they have to balance out. And we have a heavy parasite load, we get that disbalance, or we get that, and so sometimes not only do you lose weight and lose production, you have an increased chance of getting sick. And so a good deworming program cleans them up, but also gives them a clean bill of health on more ways than one.
Very good. Excellent. And what new solutions does Bimeda offer?
So Bimeda is really big on bringing as many solutions to the producers as we can. And the latest one we've had is Eprimectin Pour-On, which is a generic bioequivalent of Eprimectin, and it is a pour-on dewormer that gets internal, external parasites. The benefit of it is that it has a zero meat withdrawal, zero milk withdrawal, so you don't have to worry about when you treat them. And it also is rain fast. Not that we're not worried about rain and the ice here in Nashville right now, but it has that rain fast with it too. That's just one of the 3 dewormers we have out right now that we've launched in the last year. Doricide is a generic bioequivalent of Dectomax Pour-On, and our Moxazolve is a generic bioequivalent of Cydectin, Cydectin injectable. So you have 3 different products. Each have their own characteristics that you can work with your veterinarian to really see how they fit with your operation.
And those all 3 came on in 2025, right?
It was a busy year for them. Yeah, all 3 came on. I mean, Eprimectin they all came on with the last year. Eprimectin just came on right after the first of the year. So yeah, we have 3 products on board in the last year.
Very good. And how should producers plan to use these tools that are in the toolbox, right? Because these products have to be rotated, right? I mean, that's one of the goals, right?
So really, if you look at the whole holistic picture of controlling parasites in your herd, really need to work with your herd veterinarian. Somebody that has the idea of your geography, because that's a big thing. The other management practices you have, it could be as simple as there's things that we can do from management to help lower the effect of parasitism, like grazing, not grazing so low, because the larvae are on the lower part of the plant, and so you have to combine all that together and working with your veterinarian working with these products, getting the right rotation and right program set up is really key, but it comes down to your team that you work with as a producer.
And you've really got to have those important conversations about products like this. It might be something you think you do on a regular basis and it's just one of those things you do, but it is important to protect the technology, right?
Well, you really need to go back and say, okay, ask the why.
Right.
Why are we, what is this, what are we doing this for? I mean, if we think about vaccines, and for instance, I mean, I can say I give you a vaccine that'll prevent elephants from being in your pasture. It's always going to work unless you're in the Africa or somewhere, right? So, I mean, you really need to think about what you're doing and do what you need to do, and always look back and evaluate and measure and see where what you can do better. That fine tuning is really where you want to get to be as an operation.
Fantastic. And my last question here is, what's Bimeda's commitment to the livestock industry? And I always think about your tagline that's just right above your cowboy hat here: no suits, just boots. Tell me about what is Bimeda's commitment?
So we look at the space of animal health and everything we have. Bimeda's dedicated and focused on food animal health and equine, so large animal, food animal. A lot of the other companies are putting their research dollars to different aspects where there's more cats, dogs, companion animals. And we as a company are focusing on just the food animal equine space. And so with that, all our research dollars we use are going back to that, and so it puts a true commitment that I don't think we're seeing across the industry, but where we want to be and where our company wants to be.
Very good. Excellent. And you said there were at least 3 new products, right, in 2025. Yeah. Anything coming for 2026 that you can talk about?
Well, there's always something coming, and so another thing, we never want to overpromise and underdeliver. Right. So we usually like to wait to have a good grasp on that, and we'll let people know when they're coming. But if you look at the common products out there, if you look at even some different innovation, a lot of work is going into Bimeda Biologicals, which is the vaccine side of the business, and looking at what we can do to enhance protection of those calves. So even though we're bringing dewormers and antibiotics, we get them dewormed right. We get a good vaccine in them because they can respond better because we controlled the parasite load. Then we don't even need our antibiotics we have, but that's kind of our goal. Is we're really ramping up, trying to go prevention and then protection of the animals on that.
Fantastic. Thank you, Eric, so much for all the information today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's always a lot of fun to visit. I always enjoy visiting with you. This is Sarah Mikesell with the Cattle Site.